everyone, Officer Brick here. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to be doing another fleet video. This is my 22 update of my police vehicles. And while a lot of them are still the same, I have made some cosmetic changes. And there's also a few new vehicles which are in here that we've sort of seen recently, like the bomb squad unit and the crime scene van. So we're going to take a look at each one of these vehicles individually, and I'll sort of let you know what changes I've made along the way. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead, jump into this. All right, let's start off with a bang here. First up, we're going to take a look at the Mobile Command Center. I had introduced this MOC last year, and for the most I've kept it the same. However, I have made some upgrades to it. If we just sort of take a look here at the front end, you can just sort of see here I have updated the front end of it. I decided to just sort of change it up in the front. It was a bit more boxy before. I found these slope pieces. I wanted to try and do something different, give it a bit of a different look. And I think I was more or less able to do that. I really like that look. It's a little bit unique, especially with front end. And the bumper, I've given it a bit more of a bigger bumper. I thought that seemed a bit more appropriate. And then for the sides here, I just sort of changed what's sort of meant to be the gas tanks. Noticed on a lot of larger semi trucks and large rigs, the gas tanks sometimes they're tucked in pretty nicely into the truck. So I thought I'd try out these pieces here, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So yeah, this is my Mobile Command Center. As I said, this is what you would sort of see for maybe special events or on scene of an emergency, managing emergency services. And it's a good size truck. I added a couple of antennas up here that wasn't there before. The back here, this opens up, and just, not that it really has to, but it can. And on the side here, we do have a door to access the interior. So just door opens up. We'll take a quick look inside. All right, so we'll pop off the front, and then the back here just sort of pops off. And the inside still relatively the same. You've got on one side of the truck, you just sort of got some tools, walkie-talkie, got a little radar screen, and then towards the back here, you've got a computer console in the back, a couple of chairs. And then on the opposite side of the truck here, just sort of turn that around a little bit, and just sort of see there you got your coffee maker in the front because it's Lego City, and minifigures need their coffee. So yeah, this is still a build that I'm overall quite happy with. Don't intend to change it any further than I have, but you never know. I mean, every once in a while you make an update and add something new, but I still very much like the look of it, and I think this is one that I'm going to keep for a little while. Okay, let's move on. All right, next up, this is my my armored vehicle, and this one, it's again, this is not a tank, it's just an armored vehicle for the police to use for emergency response. It's sort of based on maybe like an MRAP design. And one of the changes I made is I sort of gave it a more heavy duty push bumper in the front here, just in case it had to break through barriers or whatnot. And color scheme, it's black, of course, and a nice gray stripe. And then on the back here, we do have a single door. I don't know, thought a single door was appropriate enough. Got a couple of tactical officers inside waiting to deploy. You just sort of see from you just sort of take a look here from Okay, eventually we're going to take a look at the inside here. There we go. Just two tactical officers waiting to deploy. Really has that heavy armored look, and that's what I was really going for. I changed the wheels, the black rims now on there, which I think look a lot better. And yeah, no, that's still a vehicle I'm quite happy with. And yeah, I think we're gonna keep this for a little while in my city. Eventually I may decide to build a new one or change it up, but for now, still quite happy with it. All right, here's the crime scene unit, my CSI van, if you will. And this is just sort of meant to be a large Econo style van, kind of like a Chevrolet Express sort of a van. And this one I featured on the channel not too long ago. I'm still quite pleased with how this looks. I mean, considering it's quite new. It does have the roll-up door on the back, which you know, not all, well, most Chevrolet vans, Express vans or large Econo style vans, they don't have the roll-up door. They just sort of have a pair of doors on the back. But you know, I wanted to be different, do something different, and that's what I ended up doing. So in the back here, if we just sort of open it up here, you can just sort of see inside. We have some equipment. I'll just sort of pop some of this off so we can take a look inside and sort of see what's going on inside the van, what kind of equipment we have. Just got to get this popped off here. Okay, there we go. And I think I'll pop off the next section too, so we can get a better look here. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we can take a quick look inside the, oh, what the heck, we'll take that off too. Go the distance. There we go. So inside the van here, you know, you've got a hard hat and you've got a camera. You never know where your crime scene's gonna be. Fire extinguisher, megaphone, and then in the drawers here, in the cabinet, you know, the bottom drawer, you've got this yellow arrow. That's just sort of meant to be maybe if there's a crime scene and they were reconstructing the crime scene, they might lay that down to indicate the direction that maybe a vehicle was traveling, or who knows, whatever the case. And then, whoops, in the drawer that just fell out here, we have just a couple of tools. Yeah, you never know what you might need when you're working on the crime scene. Perhaps you might need some tools to take something apart. But in any case, yeah, I'm quite happy with this van. It was a nice addition to my police department. It's better than the one I was using before. If you're interested to know what I was using before, go ahead and check out the video for this van, and it sort of shows you the vehicle that I was using prior to this. But yeah, that's my crime scene unit, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, let's keep going. All right, and here we have the standard Lego City police cruisers. Haven't done a lot to change these up really. The only real changes I've made here are the black wheel rims and the lights on the roof. Sort of meant to be that vector style of emergency light bar, sort of that V shape, kind of a bit like what the crime scene van had. Once I did that one, I thought I would go ahead and do that for my police cars, and I like the look. You know, I think it looks pretty good. You know, you've got 3 identical police cars, and even though these are only 4 wide builds, you can still fit 2 figures inside. Obviously, you have your police officer, and then you can fit the criminal in the back. Or if you're like this first car here, which is sort of the K9 unit, then you can you've got space for the K9. Yeah, unlike your newer Lego City vehicles, which are 6 wide builds that only hold one minifigure. Yeah, honestly, I think these are a lot better. All right, next up here we have my my police SUV. Yeah, just sort of meant to be like a supervisor vehicle, so the patrol sergeants would drive around in these. Sort of based on sort of your average, somewhat average SUV. A lot of them have the tinted glass in the back, and they have a bit of an overhang on the roof if you take a look at a lot of the SUVs now. And yeah, that's sort of what I tried to do here. The only differences, obviously, for this one is that versus last time, again, we have the black wheel rims, and I changed the light bar. Other than that, the rest is the same, and not a whole lot to say about this one. Still looks pretty good, still does the job. All right, here we have my police bomb squad, or my explosive ordnance disposal unit. Front here we have sort of what's meant to be like a pickup style truck chassis and cab with a utility body. And then on the back here we've got this EOD trailer, which is a good size. You know, it looks pretty good. You got your explosive ordnance chamber here where the explosive would be placed. So we just sort of open this up here. You can just sort of see you've still got some dynamite sticking in there. So yeah, you know, your EOD technician would come, they'd stick the item in, and then it would be transported to a safe place. The trailer itself, very basic, but I'm still happy with that design. I did change the wheels on the trailer though. I like these wheels a little bit better than the ones I had on before. And then for the bomb squad truck itself, again, I did change the light bar, just trying to keep some uniformity amongst my vehicles. And then if we just sort of disconnect the trailer here, right in the back, just open this up, we have we've got the EOD robot that just comes out and picks up the explosives and brings them in. So I mean, this is a mock that I'm pretty pleased with overall. Pretty happy with how this all kind of came out and came together. I think it all looks pretty good. And if you're interested in seeing the entire video on this one, just go ahead and check out the channel for my police bomb squad unit. All right, last up here, just sort of my special unit. This is my motorcycle and off-road unit, and yeah, not a whole lot has changed here. You still have your two speed bikes, which are the two bikes on the two motorcycles on the end, and then you've got that one in the middle. It's a bit more of a classic style motorcycle, which I like. I still like the look of that one very much. And finally, you just have the ATV here, and yeah, these are pretty much the same as they were last time you saw them. Sort of just changed the sticker for the ATV. I just wanted to have a bit more uniformity for the for this unit. That way they all had that sort of badge on the front. And yeah, I'm still quite pleased with how these look. All right, so that wraps up the look here at my my police vehicles. Hope you enjoyed having a look, and hope you like the updates that I've made here. Quite happy with how these are now. Of course, I was happy with them before, but I mean, whenever I update my MOCs, I'm always a lot more happier afterwards. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned to the channel, more content on the way, bit by bit, and I'll talk to you again in the next video.